guys? Welcome back to my channel. Subscribe if you are new. Today we are going to be doing a really fun video and I'm going to be telling you guys some tips and tricks on journaling. Anyway, so I have a list on my phone and I made 5 tips, tricks, you know, whatever you want to call them. So let's just get started. To give you a little backstory, let me just show you all the journals that I have. Here we go. All of them are kind of different. All of them I've used during like different time periods of my life. This one, this blue one, is like the one that's most near and dear to my heart because this one is the one I started in 2014. So I was 16 years old when I started this. So yeah, I've been journaling for like 6 years and I swear to God, it is like the best thing that's ever happened to me because when you're a teenager, you need that. You need that like, I don't know, like escape from the world almost. Anyway, so let's just jump right into the tips that I wrote down. Okay. First tip that I acquired over the years is getting into the habit of free writing. Some of you know I was a comm major in college and my one professor always would make us free write in the beginning of class. Okay, so it's like when you put a timer on for like 3 minutes and then you just literally write whatever comes to your mind. So then you have that like time period where it's like, okay, I'm gonna write down whatever comes to my mind for 3 minutes and then let it go. And I just think that's like the best way to kind of like tackle journaling from like the very beginning, because just giving yourself 1, a time period, and 2, just like flow of consciousness, just like no pressure, write whatever the frick you want, and then you're done. And then you kind of get in the habit of like just writing down your thoughts, because I feel like there's some pressure around journaling sometimes when it's like you don't need, like you think you need to be a good writer when you don't, and you literally can just like write whatever the heck you want, but it's just like for yourself only. And it's just kind of like getting thoughts on paper and just like getting it out of the way, like uncluttering your mind almost. So that's tip number 1. Just like try free writing, see if it works for you, and then, you know, maybe that'll become a habit. Tip number 2 is to just not overthink it. So I kind of like elaborated on this with like tip number 1. I just feel like sometimes when it comes to journaling, like, and like I felt like this too, like sometimes I'm like, is that even worth writing about, you know? And I'm like, well, I actually, like, do I care? But then it's just the, like, actually getting yourself to just write it out and, like, literally write whatever you want. Like, there's no rhyme or reasons to journaling. Like, you can, I'm gonna talk about this later, but, like, there's also different types of journaling. Like, my favorite personal type of journaling is, I don't wanna show you any, but, like, basically, yeah, I just, like, write whatever comes to my mind and I write for like pages. But I've also made like lists. Like for example, this one, when I was 16, I started a bucket list. And so this was kind of like how I use my journal. And honestly, this was really fun to just have over the years because I've gotten to cross stuff off and like, that's really exciting. You know, so it's like, what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be just like paragraphs. Like you could write poems, you can do like art, you can like write drawings and stuff as your form of journaling. Tip number 3 is view it as a no judgment zone. By this I mean like when you're writing, just don't even filter yourself. Just literally write whatever comes to your mind and like write whatever it like you're feeling, because most of the time like however I think about it, like I'll write stuff down when like you're angry or you're sad, and it's just nice to kind of like almost like look back on it like years down the line where you're like, wow, you know, like I made it through, like I can do this. Essentially like no judgment zone, don't judge yourself on like what you write, and just kind of like just get a pen and a paper and just write whatever is going on in your life. It could be the smallest thing, it could be the biggest thing. I wrote about like multiple things in my life that, you know, big and small. Sometimes I like literally just want to feel like you're talking to someone, and like that's the way that I kind of view it, as more of like I'm talking to a friend and or like my future self, I feel like. And just like someone that it's like you're completely, you know, you can say like literally whatever you want, no judgment. And just honestly, just pour your heart out, because what's the point? You know, it's like you're the only one that's gonna see this. So it's like you might as well just not filter yourself, write whatever comes to mind. So tip number 4 is more of like a trick or like a tip to like get you into it. So figure out if you're a morning writer or a night writer. Like I know some people work really well in the mornings, and like that's when like their mind is kind of like the most active, and they just like need to get stuff on paper like more so in the morning than they do at night, and nighttime is more of like a relaxing zone for them. I'm personally not one of those type of people. Mornings, I feel like my brain is like very chilled out, you know? I'm not really that, like I feel like I'm usually not that overwhelmed in the morning, but at nighttime is like when my mind will just won't shut the freak up. So I always write at nighttime, like usually like right before I go to bed is when like I'll just get my journal out and just boop, boop, boop. Especially to like get started journaling, like figure out what time is the best time for you to start writing. And you know, if you're a morning writer, then just like map out like maybe 10 minutes in the morning time just to like jot down whatever you want, like free, like do like a free write in the morning, like first thing. Or map out literally like 10 minutes like before you're about to go to bed and just write down whatever you want. Or, you know, I'm talking in the way of like the way I journal, but I know that there's a lot of different types of journaling. So keep that in mind. All right, so another trick, tip, whatever, is finding the right journal for you. So as you can tell, I have a plethora of journals. And my favorites are, like I said, like the lined paper ones. So this one is like my baby. It is all filled. But I also have, this one's like my newest one. How pretty is that? And like I like ones that like look cute and like they're just more enticing to me to like want to write down stuff. This one is the one that I used when I studied abroad. So I put like pictures and stuff in this one, which is cute, just to like take with me. And yeah, so this one has like all my study abroad memories, which is cute. But I know that some people don't like the lined ones. Like there are ones that like you can just get like free pages, and I know people like to like paste stuff in there. You can, you know, make collages as a type of journaling. And then these two are more guided journals, which is nice. And I'll give you guys some prompts. So if you want to start journaling, you can use these prompts. Let's just go to like a random one. Like this one's the one that says let shit go, a journal for leaving your bullshit behind and creating a happy life. So if you're a kind of person who like doesn't like to free write, you want like, you know, prompts to like guide you through journaling, this one is really nice because they not only like give you advice like along the way, but they also give you like really interesting prompts. Okay, ready? Take a moment to drown out the noise. What thoughts go through your head when you let the quiet take over? A good one. All right, now let's go into this one. This one's also but look how pretty this one is. Like, oh, so cute. Okay, ready? What are some things you like to daydream about? Write freely about them here and enjoy the power of your own imagination. So fun. And then they have little quotes, and it says, follow your dreams, they know the way. Oh my God. So yeah, I find guided journals are really nice for when you just want to write and like get thoughts down on paper, but you don't really know what to write about. These are ones for you. But if you like to free write and just journal like that, then I recommend lined paper or just blank pages of journals. Last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was how journaling is a form of self-care. And especially like in times like this with the pandemic and everything, like I know that, you know, it's an overwhelming time period for everyone. And I feel like just getting, you know, even like writing about like this time period right now, like it's gonna be so interesting to look back in like a few years and just kind of remember like what this time period is like, because thankfully nothing is permanent. Kind of like letting that weight off, you know, of your mind and just like letting it flow, it really helps. And it's helped me through a lot of situations. So yeah, that's my final little piece of advice for you guys when it comes to journaling. So yeah, I hope that you guys liked this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys journal, you know, what your experience with journaling is. And, you know, hope you like this video. Subscribe.